Welcome everybody to our first Power Up event. I am so grateful and honored that you're all here. A little emotional, but that's to be expected, to see all these faces in this room and really birthing a vision that I had 4 weeks ago. So thank you. We love you too. So I just want to take a moment and share gratitude to each and every one of you for saying yes, and also to our fabulous speakers this evening and our DJ Kevin Brightside. Without you guys, this event wouldn't be possible. I also want to give a shout out to Jeff back there, Film Factory. Thank you, thank you. It is an honor to come and speak with you tonight. A little bit about myself. My name's Christal Jensen, and I'm a mom of 3 children. I'm also a serial entrepreneur, and I'm a lover of life. If you don't know me, I love to celebrate the little things, the big things, and the things in between. I support soul-led entrepreneurs really connect to their vision, tap into their own personal power, self-trust, self-leadership, and really help them thrive in their businesses. So tonight is an expression of me standing also in my own personal power, trusting the things that I have, my visions, and bringing it together in a room for all of you to experience tonight. So why did I decide to put on this event? Well, there has been times in my life where I have gone through transitions that have been fast and hard. And during those transitions, really tuning into my heart and my soul. And when I look at the last, I would say, 6 to 8 months of my life in my business, there's been a lot of transition. And it's taken me to do the inner work, to connect with like-minded people that see me, hear me for who I am, that value and honor that part of my heart. And without these people here today, Kiki and we've got Brandy, and we've also got Chantal and Lara and Kevin, they have all really tuned into community for me. And so part of this Power Up event is to showcase their stories, their lessons, their wisdom, and to gift that back to you as a piece of medicine for your heart. They might not know this, but them trusting in me to bring this together and to really honor the yeses that I've received, it's like, okay, now I have to do it. All right, and here we are. So I hope you enjoy the evening tonight. Our intention is that you come with an open heart and open mind, and that you really allow yourself to sit in your own personal story. Maybe you can reference a share that's being shared amongst us here tonight. And I've brought some tissue boxes in case it brings up some emotion. There's no judgment, just let it all flow. We are here in community, and I invite you to explore your own personal journey as we explore ours. So I wanted to introduce to you our next speaker, and she's going to bring us through a little bit of a journey to set the intention for the night, and then she's going to share her insights and perspectives on the elemental practice of self-fascination. So we're going to introduce Brandy. Do you have Brandy's bio?
Yeah, I'm ready. I'll play it now.
Yep.
Brandy Osborne is a multidimensional therapist, writer, speaker, and elemental coach. She has supported men and women for over 17 years with in-person one-on-one treatments, coaching and recalibration sessions, group experiential journeys, and her passion for the journey of liberated self-love. She has been devoted to reclaiming her own relationship with herself, and through her journey has discovered many of what she calls elemental practices that were helpful and impactful to her. Practices that she uses daily to reclaim and remain instinctual and primal. She's now living a life devoted to herself and her community, listening, understanding, learning, teaching, and creating writings and opportunities to empower and embody a sense of calm, peace, and love in the day-to-day reality of life.
Welcome, Brandy Osborne.
Okay. Hello.
It's on.
Oh, it is working. Oh, so it's for you, not for them. Okay. That's very interesting. I just want to like come into the room for a moment. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
For your courage, compassion, consideration, and for showing up and just being there every step of the way. It's been beautiful to witness. Yeah, I've hosted many events where I was on that side, and it was just so beautiful to be held so lovingly. And today my printer didn't work, and I was like, oh man, I'm that person, you know? And I had sent her a message, and all in a moment, it's printed, it's ready, yay. So I'd love to essentially bring us into the room, bring us into our bodies. For me, like power up, power up, power up. It sounds like quite a, energy like this. But my experience of power up is actually a very, very, very deep, reverent softness and compassion for the lives that we've had and the life that we are currently in and the unknown future. And the elemental being in general came to me because I feel like we're so elemental, we're so energetic. It's that whole if you're in good spirits or bad spirits. This energetic currency that is us, that is the world, that is affecting the universe, and then there's the universe that now is coming in towards us. So there's this giving and receiving, hopefully, of love. And that's what I'm hoping to bring us into tonight. I'm going to keep standing here. I want to sit with you all. So I would love is I'm going to guide you through something that's very useful for me. There's a lot of science actually behind it. But I think the felt sensation is more important for you to feel the difference. And the truth is only the truth that feels true for you versus what science tells us to do. So we have all these primal senses. We have our ability to smell, our ability to see, our ability to feel, to know where we are in space, to hear, to sense. And when we're first coming into a room like this, it's good to come into our vision with intention and essentially come into a sense of smelling the environment. Like when you walk into your mom's home, it's like, dinner is ready. But there's a difference to it, right? To breathe in, to inhale, or to smell. Very different. So what I would invite you to do is just coming into your seat, coming into where you're at right now, and just feeling the earth beneath you. Coming into the presence of you and only you, fascinated by you. What does it feel like to breathe in? What does it feel like to breathe out? And just keeping your eyes open for a moment. If you can, we're going to find 3 spots in the room. First, you're just aware of this inflation and deflation. What does it feel like to breathe? Is the air cooler coming in than it's leaving? How does it feel? And then I'd get you to look to your right and just find an object with your vision. And while you're looking at that object with this gateway to your nervous system, breathe in and out. Anchoring yourself in this outer environment. And then looking up towards the left, finding another object. Breathing in, breathing out. Maybe when you exhale, you feel a little bit of a settling in your body. And just looking forward, maybe looking beyond me. Maybe you soften your vision like it's this panoramic vision. And you breathe in. And you breathe out. And you're using your vision to bring awareness of your environment. And you might notice already, ooh, I feel a little bit more settled. And now what we'll do is we're going to close the gateway to the nervous system. So closing our vision to fully come inwards. And then we have this beautiful opportunity of this left hand, this right hand, these other gateways. Can you bring them to your body? Coming into just considering you for a moment. You're still aware of the air coming and going. You're not controlling it, you're just witnessing it. You're fascinated by the reality that the lungs are inflating. As they inflate, they go to the left, the right, the heart stretches, the diaphragm drops, pushing the abdominal organs to the pelvis. Just coming into this awareness of this ocean within you, this universe within you that is contained by a form you can see in a mirror, a form that you can perceive right now, that is your skin, this container, this sack that you're in. As you're breathing in and out, can you feel this ocean, this ocean, this ocean that is within you that's rising and falling, rising and falling? Maybe you're breathing a little bit quicker, maybe it's quiet, just aware. With intention, maybe you can soften your jaw more. Maybe your eyes roll up and inward. Maybe your hands push into a little bit so you can feel your form a little bit more. Feeling yourself breathe in, out. Feel the wave, the ocean of you rising and falling. This is your power. Your power is your ability to feel what is you. To feel what is only you, this rise, this fall, this energetic currency that does not end at the skin, it actually ends way, way, way beyond where you're at. And in 3, 2, 1, I'm going to get you to exhale out all your air. And in 3, 2, 1, breathing all the way in, letting out a sigh. We're going to do 2 more of those. Try not to be shy. Breathing in, fully in. See if you can allow your voice to rumble, your sternum. Revibrating, revibrating, revibrating you. 1 more all together, please. And just keep riding that wave now, coming into your own breath. What feels good for you? Feel the earth beneath you, the sky above you, the stars above you, the maybe moon, maybe sun is also above us right now. This reality that we are floating in outer space, and you have the space within you, and every breath you are connecting to all things. Can you feel how supported you are by the air around you? Can you feel the support of the air as it comes in and expands you? And just slowly, ever so slowly, starting to open your eyes, maybe looking at the ground, keeping the eyes soft. You're still choosing to just think, how do I feel? How does it feel to be in me? And tonight what I would invite you to do as we're sharing our stories is to harness this power, this power, this power, to come back to the source, the epicenter of you, the cellular essence of you that can feel itself breathe, is aware that you are listening, aware that you are thinking, aware that something is being said and you're feeling maybe your body close a little bit. Can you support yourself and hold yourself, keep that gateway, that nervous system, those hands to your body, and just awareness, intention of I'm breathing in, I'm breathing out. Yeah, I'm gonna bring this up now. It's so funny how this is rocking my boat so much, like not hearing myself actually speak like I'm into a speaker.
Thank you.
Yeah, for tonight it's like, it's so important to, as you're holding space and as I start to share my story, it's very vulnerable, I'm still kind of healing from it. Another thing that I do, so this is just call it an elemental practice, call it whatever you want, but it really is, until we feel what it feels like to be within us while we're able to hear what someone else is saying, we don't really quite have our power because we're not connected to our source, our heart. And a way that you can hold space is something that I do a lot is, as I'm exhaling, I'll breathe in, and as I'm exhaling, just inside, I just say, I love you, I love you, I love you. And I'll do that over and over, and it's a little bit of I love you to me and all that I'm feeling and experiencing. And whoever is talking to me, I love you, I love you, I love you. And it's just this sense, like I hear you, I got you. And just while we're all holding space for each other tonight, just practicing that and really like landing in, I love you, I love you, I love you. So I'd love to do this one more time. It's more for me than you, maybe. Okay, so self-fascination. So my journey of self-fascination really, started, I guess, like everyone in our lives. We've all experienced so many things, and we are either inspired by inspiration or desperation. And a lot of my life, the most pivotal, the gifts that were given to me were when I was just desperate. I couldn't handle it anymore. I had to say something. I had to do something. And for me, again, to power up, again, it could be that posture. It could be I'm climbing up am I allowed to swear on this motherfucking mountain? And I'm going to get there, and I'm going to go up, and I'm going to keep pushing. But for me, the power up is in, ooh, I don't know if this is the right way. This doesn't feel good anymore. And I decide to walk all the way back down to the riverside. And I choose to stay there for a little bit before I decide to climb back up. Maybe I choose a different path. But for me, the power up is in the choice to stay down, and to stay down as long as you need in order to really feel what it feels like to be in you. So my personal story was actually relatively recent, and it goes like this. Once upon a time, there's a beautiful woman. Her name is Brandy, Christina Osborne. Sometimes I play around and go by Oshandy or Oceania. But anyways, my journey was quite interesting up to that point. I was married to a man for 11 years, and I was married to a woman for 9 years. So you can imagine the difference in those relationships and the education I got that I didn't know I was going to get. It was beautiful. And then there was a lot of healing after my last relationship, and then I started a new one. And I was coming into my sense and my power for sure, essentially being, 42 at the time. You start to really know who you are. And throughout this relationship, I just slowly lost my instincts, my ability to smell, my ability to perceive what I was really feeling and what it meant. And for me, just slowly I was like, ooh, that didn't feel good. Maybe I should not talk so much. Maybe I should be quiet. Maybe I should wrap myself in a little saran wrap bag and just be smaller. Maybe I need to put myself in a cage to be safe, to feel safe in this environment. This is all unconscious, right? It's just little things of deciding, oh, I'm going to leave the house instead of stay. I'm going to leave the house for my break instead of stay. And so all these little things, but really I just thought I was being a really good partner. I was being very considerate, very loving, and very supportive of someone that had their own challenges. And on my 42nd, 43rd birthday, on my birthday, okay, makes it even more hard for me. But I had just finished making love to my partner, and I wasn't feeling good after, like, so many things were happening. And I think on your birthday, you're just like, there's this knowing that comes forward that it's just like, am I where I should be? Meaning, does this feel good? And it was just this morning, it didn't feel good. And I was just going to leave, and I thought, no, I'm not going to just leave. I'm going to go over, and I'm going to have a conversation and just say, I'm going to leave the house to go, and I'm going to have a moment to myself. And whatever I had said, I don't need to go into it. It had triggered this man. And all in a moment, I also was just like leaving the bedroom. And all in a moment, I was in the kitchen. The island was here. And he was up on the top of the stairs and naked and calling me a cunt over and over and swearing at me, F you, you effing. Is this what you wanted? And it was so interesting because I was just like witnessing it. Like, what is happening right now? And it wasn't him in that moment. It was, an unhealed version of him. And where are we at with time?
You're okay.
We're okay? And anyways, I don't know if your parents ever said this. Like, if you have an animal or something coming at you, don't look in their eyes. Don't instigate. So I've never been in a situation like this. So for me, as he was coming down and just needing to express whatever he was expressing, I just, just kept looking at the floor, and I'm like, no, like just trying not to engage. And all in a moment, however, he ended up on this side of the island. And we all think of this as women, like, what am I going to do if that happens? And I just thought, I'm going to do this and this and this. And in that moment, you don't plan on, oh, well, we just made love. And I know it's not him in this moment. He's just reacting. He's got his own trauma. And anyways, I say, I'm not scared of you. And I giggle at it now because I'm just like, why did I say that? But anyways, and I go to like grab my purse, and I brushed his arm, and all in a second, I was on my back on the floor, and he was on top of me. And I was just pinned there, and it was just a time that I left my body that day. I wasn't even there. It wasn't even emotional. It was emotional, but I just wasn't there. And anyways, I ended up leaving that day, and it was an interesting day because it's my birthday. So not only is he calling me to want to say sorry, everyone's like, happy birthday, happy birthday. So it was a really hard day for me. I ended up going back and anyways trying to seek healing, and that did not work. But anyways, the bigger the journey behind it was this one day when I'd finally reclaimed my home and my space and my own safety within myself, and I am a deep healer. I don't mind going down. I don't mind crying for hours if I have to. And this one day I ended up on the kitchen floor on that exact spot. I was drumming in my house, and I just ended up right where I needed to be there. Something within me needed to be on that floor while I was crying through and growing through what I was growing through. And in the end, what time am I supposed to be done? Is that 5 minutes? Okay. I didn't know when you started. So anyways, the most important thing that I ended up learning, and I feel like you'll all relate to this, is when I was on the floor that day, releasing whatever I needed to release, I came into this awareness of course I said yes to that relationship. Of course it felt like love. Because for me, I witnessed my mom and my dad and their relationship, and my dad didn't have resources. He didn't even have a father, so whenever he would get upset, he would punch a wall. He would yell, he would leave. So for me, that's what love looked like. And love looked like being afraid of the person you're living with, because then they'd take care of you. And then all of a sudden I had visions of my mom's mom, who also had gone through that and who had also experienced that in her mom. So it was all in this moment where I forgave my ancestors, I forgave my mom, I forgave my dad. I literally, in that moment on the floor, I was like, it wasn't okay and I forgive you. I forgave my ex, it wasn't okay and I forgive you. And then the hardest one and the most important one that I came back to is the self-fascination of, oh shit, it actually is me that needs to heal myself, that I was the one that was abusing myself by not feeding myself, not doing all of these things. So I had this inner abuser within me, this inner critic, this inner person that was actually hindering me in my life and was saying yes to what felt like love. And what felt like love was someone walking away from you, someone abandoning you, and I saw where I was too doing that. So the self-fascination practice came from this reality of I must take care of myself. I must get curious. I must be the one that is the most important person in my life. And I must know, what do I agree with? What do I disagree with? What is okay? What is not okay? And you can feel my heart-led presence. I'm not angry at anyone in my life. I've healed, I've forgiven them, and I'm okay. And now it's me that I'm fascinated with all the feelings that I go through every day. And I know my time is wrapping up here. But what I would love to finish with is a poem that I wrote. You'll see in your little pamphlets that the poem is in there, and the elemental practice of self-fascination is there that you can read through. It's the beginning of it. But the key is that we always come inward, and we're always we know us more than we know anyone else in our life. We are our lovers. So I'd love to bring you into your body again, just to hold space for what I had shared, the importance of it, and how maybe it is reflecting in your body. If there's anything that feels true for you, where there's times where you have been that person in your life. And so just coming into your bodies, hands on your body, breathing in, feeling the ocean rise and fall, fully connected to you. Maybe with that essence of I love you, I love you, I love you, to the earth, the sky, to everyone in this room. This is a poem I wrote last July. Up and down and round, that is how life twists and turns. No steady, no straight, no point in the wait. Wait for the easy, the give what I want to me. Life promises no give, no way. You must reside and play. Play on the merry-go-round, the slide, the ladder, for that is what matters. Here for the all-in, 2 feet, fully ready to play, ready to live, and to become wise. No textbooks, no science can bring me here. Only the living and becoming the tapestry of one life. Every step, every breath, everything my hands are doing, never getting back. What a gift to realize this is once in a lifetime. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
I'll end it there. Thank you.